There, I'll turn it. Awesome. Awesome, thank you. I did that because I can. Kidding. No, I did that. The guitar is the best way that I have to illustrate something that I'm passionate about. And this is what I get to do. In fact, Jim was kind enough to invite me to do this, and we were comparing schedules. And I said, well, I'm flying back I just got back from Abu Dhabi, which is literally halfway around the world from here. And so it's been a long night. I went through Amsterdam and through Detroit and here. And I do that because I get to speak to corporations and about possibility thinking. I believe that we're all capable of far more than we ever knew was possible. And I'm preaching to the choir here. It's great to hear, just to catch the tail end of the conversations here. So today I'm not gonna go through, I'm just gonna have some fun with the things that I do with it. But it's interesting that we learn about success, personal development, innovation, and moving forward. We usually learn that from business leaders. We learn that from sports figures who've done real well. We've learned it from people who've overcome a great challenge or accomplished a great feat. Sometimes from political leaders. We rarely learn it from artists. And the fact is, that's our daily bread, is innovation and thinking and trying to do things differently. So I try to share those tools. I'm just going to do what I do, but I wanted to kind of share that with you. That's actually what I do with the tools I teach. I learned to play for people by playing for drunk people. And it had a profound effect on my lack of development as an entertainer. But I would get all these people yelling these requests out at the same time, and I didn't know what to do with that. I don't know the song, I don't like the song. And then I came up with the question, this is what I teach. I asked the question, what if? It's a simple question, what if? What if I could do that? What would it look like? I know I can't, but what if I could? And it didn't mean I went and learned the songs. It meant I came up with a way to change them, to change the lyric, to play with the artist, to play with the person who asked for it, whatever. And it ended up, this adversity, this thing I dreaded about everything I do, shaped everything I do for the better. And so it just didn't look that way in the beginning. So it rarely does. So I'm just going to go through, we only got a few minutes here, but I'm just going to go through a few of the things. One of the things, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and the requests changed. And when people request country, it's not, could you play some country? It's country, come on! Okay, and they're packing, you gotta do it. And I didn't know, again, what am I gonna do there? I thought, what if I could? And this wild idea hit me. And it's interesting, the ideas that we get just off the top of our head to try to get through a stopgap measure, to get through something, quite often there's the seeds of something great in that. We just have to work with it. So that night, I just took the songs I do know and played them country. And it's a whole genre. The first one that came out is Tom Petty. Where are we here? She's a good girl, loves her mom loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl. She's crazy about elves, loves horses, and her boyfriend too. Now I'm free, free falling. Yes, I'm free, free falling. Yes, I'm free. And then the great thing is, I wanted people to make it a habit. So it's not something you think to do, it's just who you are. Because we're all born these amazing possibility thinkers. And then over time, you know, schools and rules and different family members and things put us in these boxes. And now I can't go back. Any song I hear, I can do it country. I'll prove it. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? That's a country song, right? Any type of music too. They keep trying to catch me riding dirty. Catch me riding dirty. Well, we got 7 hip hop fans. Okay. Let's try. We'll reach out to you. More recognizable hip hop. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Anyone over 30, that was Nelly. The apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the flow. Next thing you know, shawty got a low, 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 low. Did you notice that was a Beverly Hillbillies theme? Yeah. It works. Now the other thing is I would get all these requests yelled at the same time, and I had a cutoff time, and I had to fit the ball in, and it wouldn't work. And you get the exact same thing. You're not so many requests at your time, and you got to fit it in. It doesn't work. And I thought, but what if it could? And I don't know if you should apply it the same way I did, but I put them together. I would choose 2 of the artists I heard do an imitation of one of them singing the other one's hit song, knock off 2 songs, 1 shot. We'll do a bunch of these. This is Bob Marley, the king of reggae, sings Garth Brooks. I got good friends in low places where whiskey drowns and beer chases my blues away. With your mom. Shoot, we could do this all day. Let me do this. Remember this song? Green Acres is the place to be. Some of you farm living is the life for me. Good. I just wondered. No. What if? This is Bruce Springsteen. Sings Green Acres. Oh, Springsteen. Green Acres is a place to be. Farm living is a life for me. And on the other side, New York is where I'd rather stay. Getting so urgent, smelling hay. Oh, darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. Oh, oh, oh. And this is probably my favorite one. And I'm going to do two pieces right now, inspired by my kids. And we don't, it's like we feel like we need to teach them, but we don't feel like we need to learn from them. And I try to get them to open up the doors for me. And this one is, I used to read to them, and I read Dr. Seuss. And I thought, I liked it. It's rhyme and meter. And I thought, what if we could work that into my keynote? And we can. This is Led Zeppelin sings Dr. Seuss. Do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am. And when she was 10, she turned me into a huge Taylor Swift fan. So, and I want her, again, I don't want her to get caught in this. I want her to be thinking outside the box. So we played with the question, what if? So we're sitting down and we're talking about Taylor's biggest hit song, which is still You Belong With Me. And if you don't know the story, I'm going to set it up. In the song, Taylor is the girl next door. She's got this thing for the cool guy in high school, but he's got the snooty cheerleader girlfriend. And it's a comparison between the two girls. So Seneca and I are playing with this and saying, what if? And she knows what I do. So together we came up with a great, she's a co-writer on this, by the way. Together we came up with a great idea. What if we rewrite this song from a male perspective? Sung by a male, representing a segment of male society in high school, which I feel has been grossly underrepresented thus far in song. You're on the phone with your boyfriend, he's upset. He's going off about the homework he doesn't get. He'll never know mathematics like I do. I'm at the library studying for a test. He's been out hitting mailboxes with a bat. He'll never know quantum physics like I do. But he wears muscle shirts, I wear bow ties. He's good looking and I forgot to zip my fly. I'm dreaming of the day that you wake up and find that what you really want is a superior mind. If you can see that I'm the best at Nintendo home monitor, then why can't you see you need a nerd like me? You need a nerd like me. Walking with you through the halls of the Science Museum, talking all about Pythagorean theorem, looking at my comic books, thinking to myself, I bet she likes Star Trek, and you got a brain that would make Albert Einstein proud. You use words that your boyfriend can't pronounce. The only thing you have in common with him is that you're both way into him, 'cause he plays football, I'm in the chess club, he's team captain, and I collect rare bugs. I've only got brains, he's got the brawn, but in 10 years he'll be mowing my lawn. If you can see that I'm monitor, then why can't you see you need a nerd like me? If you can see that I play Dungeons and Dragons, got a scholarship to MIT, he'll get a GED. He'll get a GED. Cool. Now, I use this question to come up with there's an area of comedy that I don't know anyone who's doing right now. And if you think about mediums, art forms, it's kind of, I'm sure there is, I just don't know who they are right now. It turns out, though, it's as old as Mozart. I thought, what if, just posing the question to myself, sitting around, what if you could make somebody laugh without saying a word? And I don't mean mime, could the notes of music present setup and punchline? And I'm a nerd, I study stuff like that, it matters to me, right? It turns out, not only is it true, but like I said, it's as old as Mozart. Mozart has a piece of music that's whatever German is for, it's called a musical joke. And you listen to it, and it works. And my favorite at it was Victor Borge and P.D.Q. Bach, and if anybody knows who that is, I'll be happy. Okay, and so I was inspired in that tradition. I got a couple of them I'd like to try for you. And of course, when we get these great ideas, do we get this path to the solution? No, we get problems. That's how we get to the path, right? And so I got a problem. I got somebody, I kid you not, asked me to play dueling banjos. I said, what if, right? And so, I'll just dispense with the whole story, but if you listen to the piece Dueling Banjos, it's not two banjos, it's a guitar and a banjo. The guitar plays a part, the banjo answers it. There's my angle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play both the parts. I'm going to do the guitar like the same guitar player from the mountains of Georgia. But what if the banjo player is from Baghdad? Middle Eastern bluegrass, or blue sand, with American bluegrasses. To get this like chicken fried baba ganoush. Now the other one was inspired. I need a tiny bit more guitar if you could give me just a little bit. The other one was, I studied classical guitar for most of my 9 years of undergraduate work. Associate's degree. In fact, I am the only student in history with tenure. But I would get these grandiose ideas. I'd hear a 60-piece orchestra, and I'm going to do it on a guitar, and I'd start writing. Or I heard piano players do two different parts at the same time, right? And the guitar's not like that, And so I'm like, what if we could do that? And so I try it. And so anyway, when you study music in college, many of you know this, but you study all the music history and theory. But your final exam for the instrument that you're playing is called juries. You sign up for time during exam week, and during your time, you walk in and sit down in a small, windowless office with 5 music professors, and you perform one of the pieces of music for them in this tight proximity, and they critique while you play. It's Simon Cowell with a pencil. And for me, this was a thoroughly unnerving, intimidating situation for 2 years. And then I did something that's great advice in life. I put myself in their shoes. No matter what your interaction, try to imagine what the other person is experiencing. I thought, hold it, when I got past the fear, I thought, hold it, these professors, they're human beings. In the string department where I was, 5 old guys. And they're listening to 100 students in a week come through and play music. And I'm like number 98. And I thought, what if they're not really listening? I mean, you don't know. They're old, right? And I wanted to know, and I considered this a creative opportunity. So I composed the following piece just to see if they were on their game, and you too. I call it Hang the Jury. And if you get XM in serious comedy, they play this one a lot. It goes like this. C minus. But they did laugh. And I saw the future. Some of you follow me on that. Okay. I got 2 more to do for you. Is that cool? We got 2 more? Thank you. This one is probably the hardest piece of music that I've ever played. And one of the things I teach is to set goals. I call it write music that you can't play. Write music you can't play, or set goals that don't exist. It's one thing to set a goal. Most of us set these goals that are the next step. And if you think about it, most of us can see, maybe not, can't do it yet, but we see how to get to the next step in pretty much anything. 5 or 10% increase, whatever it is. And I talk about setting goals where you don't know how, you just know what. That's what great leaders do, really. They get everybody on board. They say, you know what? I have no idea how we're getting here, but this is where we're going. Let's get started, right? So there's a piece of music I heard in the late 70s, and I just thought, someday I'm going to play that. And I was a kid, you know, and it was a crazy thought at the time. And all I did toward the goal for 25, 30 years or whatever was learn to play the guitar. But about 5 years ago, it became an obsession. I've now spent more than, they talk about the 10,000 hours, the Outliers thing. I spent 2,000 just on this piece. Seriously. I have played it over, now it's over 800 times, but only a handful on stage because I just got it. I studied the great composers, Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, the great Spanish composers. This is by one of the great composers associated with Great Britain, a fellow by the name of Freddie Mercury. That's the group Queen. The piece is called Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so so the challenge is it's an opera of voices, it's this full rock band, and then it's this flowing piano part that goes alternately from classical to pop. And the challenge is to fit them all on one instrument. So it took some time. And of course, when you get a goal, the thing that people don't realize is they set this goal, it's like, okay, they have the courage to actually try setting the goal. And then they don't realize, hold it, to do something you've never done, you're going to have to do something you've never done. Okay? Meaning you're going to have to learn some new things. So there's about 2 or 3 new techniques that I hadn't done in this, or before this. This is my arrangement of Bohemian Rhapsody. Hold on. I'm going to do this right. Yes. There it is. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. My people. Thank you. I'm so honored.
Thank you. Yeah, Guitar Hero? Well, let me do one more for you. And I'm so honored to get the chance to play for you tonight. There are a couple of videos online. There's a great video. I can brag on this one because I didn't have anything to do. Well, I hired the director. And I played in it, but I played guitar in it. We did a video for the Nerd song. And it had people acting it out, and it's really funny. And you should go. It's just Mike Rayburn and Taylor Swift. If you put those two in there. And also, I did a video for that last piece. There's others online there at MikeRayburn.com. And since this is the last thing I'm going to do, I didn't know what to expect. Great to see Ken again. Actually, back in the day, I used to do the college market, and we met back then, the NACA college touring, and I won the Harry Chapin Award, and we took a photo together.
Yeah, that's common, yeah.
Yes, and so anyway, I didn't know what to expect today. Jim called me to do this. Thank you, Jim. This has been awesome. You guys have been fantastic, and I hope what you're doing just really makes a huge, incredible impact on the world. Thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. This is a piece I wrote, short to the point. It's again sort of combining the different elements that I try to work on and looking at the guitar a little bit differently. It's based on the style you saw me do at the beginning of the program, where I'm not, again, it's a what-if question. What if you could play guitar without strumming or picking? Well, you can, you just touch the string. I need a little more volume on this one. Which frees up your fingers to do a lot of... just scales up and down. Or to do two different parts at the same time. Let me illustrate that. This is a piece I'm working on. It's not the one I'm going to play for you, but the first part of it really shows the melody starting with the left hand, and the bass line will come in with the right. So you get how it works. The piece is called Quicksilver. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.